Yeah, I mean, cover letters are kind of one of those really strange things. And, I have a lot of people just go, well, I don't really need one, do I? Yes and no. Here's the thing. And I know a lot of recruiters, a lot of hiring managers say they don't ever look at them. But there are a lot that it's still required that you send it in, even if they don't look at it. And number two, there is a hefty amount of recruiters, especially, that really, really look at the cover letters to make sure that they stand out. It's a matter, I actually read one recruiter the other day, they were actually talking in just a whole post comment thing about, how they actually, when a cover letter is well written, they will actually use those key points and those accomplishments that that person has brought out in a letter to address to the company to go, hey, let's look at this candidate. I think they're a good person. This is why. So they'll break down parts in the cover letter. So yes, they're not necessarily always needed. Should you always have one? Absolutely. But there are some key things on like certain things that you need to make sure that they have, tips you need to, make sure you address in a cover letter. Juliet?
Yeah, definitely. And I actually read a post or an article by a former recruiter the other day who said he actually never looked at a resume that didn't have a cover letter attached to it. So like you said, it really is just based on the recruiter or whoever's looking at your resume, it's a hit or miss and you never know, but it's definitely always better to include one than to not include one.
Exactly.
But another thing is that when you do submit those cover letters, you should never really be submitting the same exact one to every position because every company is different. Every company values are different. And so you can really make sure that your cover letter, hits all of those core values so they see that you're really in it for the same thing that they are. Exactly. And that's definitely something that'll put you higher on their list of candidates.
Exactly. Making sure that you fit the company culture is something you definitely need to address in every single cover letter. So you can have a general overview template. And I don't mean like template, like find something off of Microsoft Word. I mean like, you have a lot of your good notables in there, but you also have to have a place to really show how you fit in that company. These are the accomplishments that you've achieved that are going to be beneficial for that company for what they're looking for, their objectives in the future. So make sure, you really hit it home, that it really, you want it to be personalized as well. And I think I've seen people that try to get really clever with them, and address them differently and kind of make them funny, or their infographics. And I actually think those just don't work. I've heard enough people go, wow, that's not a professional person. So make sure you it's still, as professional as your resume, but be personable, show the accomplishments, show how you fit in that company, and be confident in it. Don't be like, well, if you want to talk, don't do that. Just go, let's talk. I want to talk. I want to see how I can serve your company based off of what I can do. And, and when you can kind of establish yourself as a serious candidate right then, you're going to get the results you want.